He listened intently, remembered my stories about the kids, surprised me with lunch deliveries on hectic days. He was patient, respectful, always talking about building a steady future together. A house, maybe kids someday, the simple things. My family urged caution. 8 months was quick. Friends raised eyebrows. But Ryan felt like safety after years of chaotic relationships. He didn't party hard, worked reliable hours, dreamed of roots. I thought I'd finally picked wisely. Our wedding at Willow Grove venue was intimate and heartfelt, 50 guests under string lights in a garden pavilion. My dad teared up walking me down the aisle. Ryan waited at the altar in his charcoal suit, gazing at me like I was his whole world. His vows promised forever. Our first dance felt timeless. Even little moments I overlooked, like my maid of honor, Jenna Hayes, an old grad school friend, lingering too close to him, teasing him playfully, seemed harmless. When he stepped out for fresh air during the toasts, I didn't think twice. The venue was charming, affordable, perfect for us. My cozy townhouse, left to me by my aunt 5 years ago, would be our home. She'd called it my anchor. Paid off, secure, mine alone. Ryan's cramped apartment was temporary, combining lives made sense. I saw it as partnership. He saw opportunity. I arrived at the empty venue, nerves frayed. Sarah met me, face grim, and led me to a back office. A monitor waited, frozen on grainy footage. If this were my sister, she said softly, I'd want her to know. She hit play. Timestamp, 10:12 p.m. while I was cutting the cake. The supply closet door opened. Jenna slipped in, smirking. Ryan followed, locking it. They collided in a heated embrace, familiar and hungry. She whispered something. He laughed low. They sank onto stacked chairs, sharing a vape, at ease like lovers with history. I begged for it to be a prank. Sarah turned up the audio. Jenna, I almost cracked watching you play the devoted groom. Chaos erupted. Gasps, a dropped fork, someone muttering holy shit. Derek's face cycled through denial, rage, and something almost like fear. You slept with him? Same month you started late nights with Brooke, I said softly. Funny how timelines align. He stood, chair scraping. This is my house. Actually, I interrupted, sliding a slim folder across the linen tablecloth, it's mine. Premarital asset. You can grab what fits in a suitcase and go tonight. The guests scattered like startled birds, mumbled apologies, quick hugs, doors clicking shut. Within minutes, only 3 remained, Derek, me, and the woman who'd arrived late, standing in the doorway like she'd been waiting for her cue. Claire Donovan. Derek's ex from before me. The one he'd dismissed as crazy drama. She stepped forward, arms crossed. You thought you could play the same game twice, she said. Mock her, use her, plan to cash out when her big raise hit. I heard the whispers at your office. I kept receipts. Derek's mouth worked soundlessly. Then the mask cracked. Elena, please. We can fix this. Therapy. Whatever you need. I stood slowly. You didn't love me. You loved the convenience. The clean house, the stable paycheck, the woman who never asked questions. He reached for me. I stepped back. 3 weeks earlier, I'd found his phone unlocked on the island while making coffee. A notification from Brooke, project lead, * missed you last night. Can't wait to celebrate when she's finally promoted. Then we're free. I didn't scream. I photographed every thread, 6 months of flirtation, hotel bookings, cruel commentary about me. She's reliable, like a well-trained dog. Boring in bed, thank God for imagination. I forwarded everything to a secure drive, consulted a lawyer, and began quietly dismantling his leverage. I learned he'd consulted a divorce attorney, timing the filing for after my expected salary bump. He wasn't leaving because he was unhappy, he was leaving because he wanted the biggest payout possible. So I called my boss. Politely declined the promotion. Cited personal priorities. The offer vanished. I leased a small loft downtown. Transferred my share of liquid assets. Packed in silence while he bragged to Brooke about the windfall coming. The dinner was the finale I'd scripted. Claire had supplied the final pieces, office gossip, proof the affair violated company ethics. She'd sent it anonymously to HR the day before. No alliance, no friendship. Just two women who'd been collateral in the same man's ego. Derek's phone buzzed non-stop after the guests left. Texts, calls, voicemails swinging from fury to begging. I blocked him by morning. The movers arrived at dawn. I watched them load my life while his half of the closet remained untouched, like a museum exhibit of denial. Monday, the papers were served at his office. That afternoon, HR walked him out. Brooke 2, policy violation, ironclad evidence. A week later, he showed up at my new door with Claire in tow. They were shouting at each other before I even opened it, blame flying like shrapnel. When the door swung wide, Derek lunged forward, face blotchy. You destroyed me. You destroyed yourself, I said. I just stopped protecting you from the consequences. Claire sneered at him. You always needed someone to carry you. He shoved her. She shoved back. A scuffle, a split lip, blood on his shirt. I watched from the doorway, arms folded, and felt something unexpected, amusement. Pure, clean laughter bubbled up. They both stared at me, stunned. This is funny to you? Derek demanded, voice cracking. Yes, I said, wiping my eyes. It really is. They kept arguing until I raised my phone. 10 seconds. Then I call the cops.